After watching a movie called The Life of Chuck, which I would recommend unbelievable amounts to anyone who hasn't yet watched it, I've come to be far more in touch with what it is that I actually want from this world. And in my own realizations, I think there might be something useful for you, which is why at 2:30 in the morning, I've decided to set the camera up and talk about life, I suppose. What I've always thought is that results and moving in the right direction and progress has been one of the most important parts of my existence. And while, of course, these things are important, they don't make me feel the same way that things like being kind make me feel. And ultimately, I never get the same sense of fulfillment from taking care of myself and taking care of the world around me and taking care of my friends and strangers and just being a nice person. I never get the same feeling from anything material or anything towards growth or this constant chasing of something that you're not quite yet. I never get the same sense of grounded fulfillment from these activities as I do from pure things. The point I really want to champion in this video, this out of context, strange, far different than what I'm used to video, is just to actually enjoy the world that you have. Because I think we spend so much time fretting over things that really don't matter. All the while we're doing this, we seem to be rushing to somewhere of which we have no idea the destination. We rush our way through this life that we have as though it's some form of rehearsal, and we don't pay enough attention to the fact that we only get one go around on this planet. I mean that, and have forever thought toward that with real jubilance. I think it's a wonderful thing that we don't have the time to rush, and we don't have the time to take for granted all of the things that are around us. I think me and a lot of people listening to this video would genuinely derive a lot of happiness if they actually just took in the world that is around us and became more aware of the things that we have. And I know it sounds very cliche, but I think it really does help sometimes just to have this message reinforced to us that we don't need to take this as seriously as we do. And I think it's important that we start distinguishing the difference between the things that really matter and the things that don't. We don't spend enough time and enough energy being aware of the fact that there are people around us who we have bountiful and plentiful reservoirs of love towards, and we're not spending enough time actually just offering that to people. We're not spending enough time stopping in the morning before anything happens to just take a breath. I mean, think about how many times you've rushed your way through a day, and for what? You know, where are we going? I think this is something that perpetually fascinates me. Is we're only moving in one direction here. We're moving through life, and each day that passes, we're getting older. We seem to think that by rushing, we're getting somewhere quicker. And I'm sure if we take a step back, we might realize that we don't necessarily want to get to that place as quickly as we're trying to. And I think it's much more to our benefit to just slow down, realize that the world is oftentimes not as serious as we think it is. Of course, some things do really matter, and it's important that we take those things seriously. For the smaller things and the insignificant things that we routinely blossom our anxieties from, it's not those things that we need to be placing such a priority and such an emphasis on. And I think you'll find that if you cease to do that, and you cease to pay so much attention to these things that are ultimately insignificant, you will just enjoy this world a lot more. A point I've routinely championed is we do everything for the sake of enjoyment. In one way, shape or form, we have this presumption that the actions that we are currently carrying out will ultimately conclude in some form of extension of joy or creation of it. I think with that in mind, we should pay more attention to the things that we do genuinely like to do, you know? As someone who is a creator, I spend a lot of time doing exactly what I'm doing now, but I spend far more time than that fretting over the minute seconds or the potential pauses or the slip of words. And I think I'm very well poised on that to almost take my own advice as I offer it to you, that when it comes to life's version of the small blunder or the pause slightly longer than you want it to be. I'm alluding to errors, if that hasn't quite landed as I wanted it to. When it comes to these things, I think we just need to put it all into perspective a bit more. I want anyone who watches this video to take this part of the video and run with it until the day they can no longer run. You're not going to be here forever, and you have so many things to enjoy before that day comes. Don't be scared of the fact that you're not going to be here forever, and don't be scared of the fact that things end, because there's no use whatsoever in fretting over the fact that life is short and that the things that are wonderful in this world ultimately have to come to an end, because you've got them now, and the day that you don't have them, you shall have the memories of the joy that you have. Don't take life so seriously in the small things. Enjoy the things that are worth enjoying. Take more care of people. Be kinder. Be more genuine. Don't lie to people. If you have something to say it kindly. If you're wanting to do something and you have a goal that you're after, then do it. I think we get so stuck in fear and so stuck in expectation and so stuck in the way we think we should be. And sometimes I think it makes more sense that we dance out of choreography and we do the thing that we really want to do. For anyone watching this, I hope with my whole heart and genuine sincerity and any form of wholesome kindness that I can possibly muster, that you enjoy your life and that you're happy, because that is all we are all here for. Be kind, be happy, be virtuous, be honest to people, be authentic, be exactly all of the things that you want to be, and be aware of the fact that the more of the things you want to be that are aligned with treating the world well and treating your friends right and being a good father or a good parent, a good sister, a good mother, whatever it is that you are, the more of your goals that are aligned around taking care of the world and yourself and the people that are in it, the happier you will genuinely be.